Hello, my name is Gabriela Keseberg Dàvalos. I'm head of communications of Southern Voice. Today, I'm going to present our COVID-19 Digital Knowledge Hub. We will show you how it came together, what the motivation was, and we really hope that it will contribute to global solutions and peer learning between the global North and South. Like most organizations, also Southern Voice had to adapt really quickly to the new normal. Luckily, our 51 member think tanks that work across Africa, Asia, and Latin America adapted very quickly, and they started publishing on the effects the pandemic was having on their respective countries. We saw that material was coming out. It was either articles, papers, webinars, podcasts, etc. And we thought it would be a good idea to compile them somewhere so that also our partners, donors, policymakers could have access to it. So we put it first on a dedicated space on our website, and we divided it by region and by topic. But soon we realized that it was way too much material. The page was getting longer and longer, and it wasn't really user-friendly anymore. So then we decided that it would be good to have a sort of one-stop shop, which was now our hub, where people could go and access all this information in a more user-friendly way. And I will show you now how that works. But first, we're going to take a quick look at how the page looked at the beginning. So this is how it looked at first. So it was just one space, as you can see, divided by region. And then we started dividing it by the topics that we felt they were publishing more often. So obviously economy was a big one, health as well, etc. And it started getting longer and longer. And although we had jump links, it wasn't that easy to maneuver anymore. So the project of the hub was born, and we decided that it would be really important that we start with how the pandemic is affecting each one of the SDGs. Why is it so important to us? It's because the core work of Southern Voice has to do with the achievement of the SDGs in the Global South. So the first thing that you will see when you arrive on the hub is the grid with the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. And you can look at each one of them and see how each one of them has been affected by the pandemic, and find all the material that our members have published on it, also categorized by the type of publication that it is. And here we always have a featured publication that keeps on changing. And you will find them also, the list will be always by the latest first. And if it's in a different language, it will show it as well. So in this case, we're looking at SDG 1, no poverty, and how it has been affected by the pandemic. We know that millions will be pushed back into extreme poverty, which obviously means that the SDGs will fall back behind in its achievement in the coming years. Also here, you can navigate the grid again. So for example, you could look at gender equality, which I already have opened here. Gender equality has been affected as well by the pandemic everywhere around the world. It has also shown or laid bare the inequalities that already existed and that might now be even worse after the pandemic. The next thing that you can do is you can browse by region. So you will find the 3 regions that our members work in, which are Africa, Latin America, Asia, but also everything that we have or they have published on more global issues that have to do with the pandemic. So if you take a look, for example, at the African page, you will find again some featured publications that, as I was saying, we will change on a regular basis. Here again, you will find the type of publication that it is, but as another bonus, what we have is that they're categorized by issue. And if I had to choose 2 issues that come up really on a very regular basis, there are definitely food security and education. So that will be very important for policymaking in the coming decade. But if you're coming to the hub and you only want to see, okay, what is the latest that has been published? We have that as well. So you can just go here. So you see October 28th was the last publication that we uploaded. And you can definitely also search by topic. For example, if you want to see everything that has been published on data, you can go here to the search function, and it will show you all the material that we have on that. And then our cherry on top, which we are very proud of, is our expert page. Well, expert database, actually. What we have here are all the authors of everything that is published on the Hub from the 3 continents. You can search by region, by area of expertise, by keyword, which could be maybe you know the name of the person, so you can look for that person. It could be the topic that that person has written on. It could be the center that person works on, etc. You can just try any keyword there. And then you can click here to see, to learn more about each expert. For example, their bio, but also what they have published on the Hub. And you can contact them through this form here. In conclusion, what we see in this pandemic is that we're all in the same storm, but not necessarily on the same boat. And you will find that there's a lot of differences in the problems that have come up in between regions, countries, also within countries, but that there are actually also many challenges in common, and that we hope that this hub, putting all that knowledge together, will help policymakers and others to find the solutions to that. We also think that this hub is a wonderful example of knowledge translation in that, and that it debunks a little bit the narrative that the knowledge that is produced in the global south is maybe less relevant because of the structural differences between developed countries and developing countries. So we invite you to use this hub either for your communications work, if you're putting together a conference or an event, do reach out to our experts, but also if you are a policymaker or a scholar, even if historian, you have a lot of material here that you can use for your work.